Okay, so Midsommar was nothing like I expected it to be. This movie had like the biggest plot twist the movie could ever have, and I'm just still stuck on the fact that the way the movie started and the way this movie ended is just like it's like I was watching two separate movies. Like it's still crazy to me that a movie can intertwine itself like that to be like reality and almost like fantasy all in one. So I like that about the movie, that I never expected any of that to happen. Like, wow. You get to witness a very developing character. Well, you get to witness character development in a whole new way, especially the way that Danny's character, starts out. She's like frantic and always overly worried about people seeing how she really reacts to things, or how she forces her like to hide her emotions. Even in the very beginning, when she was like scared about her sister and how Christian just like, blew it over, and she's just trying to hide her feelings just so she wouldn't push him away, which is like something that everyone does. But I mean, I feel like in that time, like you need someone to lean on. You can lean on your boyfriend, but that's just like one of the biggest signs that foreshadowed the movie is like you could tell from the beginning that Christian was just wasn't a good guy. I don't really believe that this movie even registered in my brain to be a scary movie until like near the end and they kill her boyfriend. Um that was just a little, it was a lot. But I feel like it was very creative for the movie to be so sinister without making it feel heavy. Like the movie was kind of funny to me because it's just like okay, like I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like the camera lighting had something to do with the way that I took the movie in, because when the movie first started, it was like real dark. Like when Danny was reading the messages between her sister about her, like, oh yeah, it's over for me and mom and dad, da da da. And as the movie progressed, like it was just dark. And then as soon as they get to Sweden for the festival, it's like the camera lighting almost turns like airy. And I was reading an article where they call it a horror fairy tale, and I just found that like really interesting because like the lighting gave it such a fairy tale appeal, and like it just felt like I was watching like Snow White, or it just made it look real delicate, so it was hard to believe that in the environment, in the area they were in, that they were sacrificing people and all this crazy stuff was happening. So that was probably one of the technical devices that stood out to me the most, was the connection to make um the film look like it's like to make the film look airy and peaceful and this, that, and the third, until you actually watch it and see what happens throughout the movie. Also, I like to connect to the article about how this is a feminist movie and how they connected to the Wizard of Oz. I really felt like I really felt that connection. Like just like Dorothy, these three men took part in Danny's growth and character development in the movie. And I just felt like it was just like the Wizard of Oz in a sense. But just like Danny, it sounds crazy. Danny figured out who she was, but didn't allow it to be shadowed by these men in this movie. Like, she got what she needed, just like Dorothy, but just like on her own. She didn't need anybody else. I don't want to. So my question for you guys today is, how do you think the director use lighting to deliver a bigger message within the movie itself? How do you think lighting partakes in what this movie actually represents